Hi, this is Rich Robitaille with American Legion News Media with our newest episode of our video podcast series highlighting veterans and veteran support programs in our communities. This episode comes to you from Galloping Hills Golf Course in Kenilworth, New Jersey, and I'm honored to have with us Nancy and Jeff Mullins for an amazing program called Rebuilding Warriors. Nancy, Jeff, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
For those of out there in the community, everyone who's going to watch this on the YouTube channel and all over social media, those who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself and your organization.
Well, I'm a 28-year military veteran. There we
have background music.
Yeah.
Great.
28 years in the military. I'm 100% PTSD. And I got involved with Rebuilding Warriors back when I came back from Afghanistan in 2012. And it's been amazing since then.
We are a 501c3 charity. We're actually a nationwide organization that provides service dogs to veterans and first responders with PTSD, traumatic brain injury, and amputations. All of our veterans and first responders and service dog recipients become part of our family because we really get to know them. Our dogs are trained one dog at a time, specific to the needs of the veteran. We don't group train them, and every dollar that we raise goes to our mission of saving warriors one dog at a time.
Wow, that's amazing. I appreciate that. What is, can you tell the community, what is your inspiration for what you do? What drives you?
For me, I'd say it's added therapy to know that I'm actually helping somebody who either is in my shoes or theirs is far worse than what mine is. And to see and to be told by them that, this dog has saved my life, that it's amazing. It really is.
Now, as Nancy and I were speaking a little earlier, I really like highlighting the small nonprofit groups because they provide holes in the gaps that the VA itself does not cover. The VA does a lot of good work for a lot of good veterans, but there are things they simply don't do. Service dogs are one of them.
That's correct.
And it's a very political situation. But there's very many organizations like yourselves who do believe it. There's K9 for Warriors and there's a few others out there. How important is filling that gap for those veterans who need it?
The gap is important. First of all, if an event of a person is in need of a service dog and they go to a large organization, you're going to get something that is maybe run-of-the-mill, maybe not as specific as what they need. So I feel that with our organization, and we can only speak for our organization, is that one dog at a time, and we are all eras of the military branches. And again, we don't group train them, so your dog is not coming out, not having that recipient being able to command that dog. The gaps are there's a lot of things that the VA does, like you said, but honestly, this is very personal. This is something that is the personal need of someone, and sometimes big isn't always better. So we find that we get to know these veterans and first responders, their families. For me, the drive is helping them and knowing that we are making a difference and that other people can help us and know that they are making a difference, because we are saving lives and we are making people's lives better. We call it the new normal, and for us, it's a passion.
That's great. You're not new to this. You've been doing this for a long time. Can you speak to the amount of dogs you've worked with and the amount of veterans you've worked with?
I think current to date we have 85 dogs since 2013 that have been placed. A couple of them had passed from having canine leukemia, and we've replaced the dogs. So not to double the number, but about 85 right now.
And these dogs, they don't go to Petco for training, right? And
Oh.
Can you speak about their level of training?
They're when we get them, usually they're puppies, and as they grow, we socialize. We obedience train them, and then when they're at the right age to actually be trained the specifics, whether it's going to be pick up and hold, fetch, add stability to somebody's life, then the dog will be taught that specific um, training area that is required by whoever's going to get the dog, and meet their needs.
Nice. Can you tell us, you've given out a lot of dogs, but can you highlight one or two success stories that really make you most proud?
I can name a couple of them. I will mention one first.
More than 8 people, let alone speak. And now, when given the opportunity, he can't wait to tell people how his dog JJ saved his life.
Wow.
So he's living back life with his family, reconnecting, because over 30 years he was going back and forth to Vietnam because he felt like that's where he needed to make right. But he told his family, I'm home. I'm finally home. That, I think, is really moving to me.
Yeah, when he told me, he goes, I think my war's over, which is amazing.
Well, one thing I appreciate about you both and the organization is that you are part of a larger community. You are always asking for assistance, but then you're always assisting other groups as well. So you believe it's a big community giving back to each other, even things that have nothing to do with service dogs you're assisting with. If there's people out there who are first hearing about Rebuilding Warriors, how could they help? How can they find you?
They can find us on Facebook, Rebuilding Warriors. Our website is rebuildingwarriors.com. Instagram, Twitter, we're out there. They can contact us directly. My name's Jeff Mullins. Email address. I was just thinking, I just had a mental block for a minute. But my email address is jmullins25@comcast.net. If you are a veteran who is actually interested in a service dog, please go directly to our website and hit the inquiry button 2/3 of the way down on the homepage.
How about volunteers, those who don't need a dog, but they like what you're doing? What kind of help do you need?
We need help at events and sometimes prior to events promoting because we are 100% volunteer, getting people out on foot, going, talking to people. If you're part of an organization and you're looking for an organization that you want to work with, we work well with American Legions, VFWs, Elks, Masonics.
Yep.
We are really out there by talking to people, making them understand that there is something you can do to make a difference. If it's not donating money, it could be taking some posters and really promoting something that we're doing. If you see our pages, please share them. Please give your personal input if you've ever been to one of our events or you've ever seen one of our service dogs out there with one of their veteran responders, first responders. It's important to us that people see that we're real, that we do care, and that it is important that people really see the full picture of veterans that have PTSD and traumatic brain injuries, because we can't afford to lose any more people in our community.
Is there anybody out there either of you would like to acknowledge and appreciate for anything they've done for you or your organization?
Well, first and foremost, Jeff Anderson, who is the founder and CEO. We actually were childhood friends, so
cool.
It made it even better now. But the FMBA of New Jersey, Ed Donnelly and his staff, who consistently do the 9/11 run for us, and we get the proceeds. So it's a huge plus. There's a ton of people that I'd have to have a great big long list to acknowledge.
Yeah.
But
Well, you can come out to one of them.
Legions,
Tell them out there about your events, not the events you support, but the ones you do for Rebuilding Warriors. What kind of things do you do?
We've done a comedy night. We do a big event down at the Headliner in Neptune. Bands come out, donate their time. We do a huge tricky tray. We do local events where we're able to possibly do 50-50s, but the concerts at Moby Dick's and at the Headliner are two of our biggest events of the year. We are also in the process of working on some other events, and we're always open to team up. When we were able to be at the Rock and Blues Festival and the 5K with the FMBA, a lot of the American Legions, Joyce Kilmer in Milltown, they've taken it to a different level, and they do events that we are the sole recipient. So they have two members of their community who have service dogs with us. So every opportunity that we have to be out in the community is really important. But the help of others is crucial because we only can do so much ourselves.
Well, I appreciate you both taking your time to do this next episode of our video podcast for the American Legion News Media. It is so important to really get the word out about the small community nonprofits who are doing a great deal of work for our veterans in our communities that live amongst us. So Nancy, Jeff, thank you for being on. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
God bless America. All right.
41 minutes, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
think it was okay.
No, it's
to
still
do that
going.
stuff.